Hello, everybody, and welcome to the GingerTalks podcast. This episode is going to be a little bit different than some of the others that you have heard in the past. This is the first episode of season 2, and to celebrate a charity reward, we did a live recording over on my Twitch channel. And so I can't wait to kick off this new season and just have some fun, get back to it. My name is Ginger Snaps. Joining me is Druid and Dr. Agan. And enjoy the first episode of season 2. So without further ado, thank you so much. Enjoy the new episode. Well, hello. Hi. This is going to be a fun little different stream. Hello, chat. Hi, guys. How are you? A little bit of a surprise moment here, but we're doing a live podcast recording, and we've got the wonderful Druid.
Buongiorno, great to see you. Just here. So, for anyone watching us right now and those that don't know, here we go. This is officially the beginning of season 2. Can we just say
It's season 2. It's finally starting. It's finally happening. It's finally a thing, and I have been so excited for this, and I know there are plenty of other people who have been excited for this, and I can't wait for the new season of chaos.
Yeah, like literally. Apparently, someone has given us real monetary, real money to come in and do this today. Which blows my mind every time anyone gives us even a sniff of attention. I lose my mind. So the idea that we're here live tonight on the Ginger Snap stream is just blowing my mind, because here we are, like, meeting a charity goal from what 2 months ago.
So this has been in the works since we found out that we hit that charity goal, because this was, I think, either the $3,000 or the $5,000 charity goal.
Yeah.
And that was hit within the first 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, like, what the fuck? What am I meant to do with that, by the way, guys? Anyone that can hear my voice, $3,000 or $5,000 goal?
Yeah.
That's why we're here right now?
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
Uh-huh. I set it, I think, at around the same goal that I set every other, like, live podcast recording. I set it at roughly the same, and it got smashed, got blown out of the park. Like, fuck, man.
Yeah. Because here's the thing: is that we've had to go extra hard on this, like, concept of the live podcast is the most the largest monetary amount we can go for, because we keep having to come back into the room and see each other on camera.
Right.
So the next logical step, which was here, is that we are going to meet in person, in real life. Funny enough, Ginger, I was telling my dad about this today. For those for the listeners at home, for the viewers also at home that don't know, I'm embarking on this podcast journey tonight, straight after attending a Kiss tribute concert.
The most Druid thing you could ever say to me.
Yeah, with my father, who we've been enjoying libations all night. We've been enjoying drinks, which is why maybe my speech might be a slightly slurred. Why some of my aphorisms may be slightly slow to the tank. But I said to my father tonight, long suffering Father Druid, who actually walked in during the last live podcast
Yeah.
and had the good class to just walk away before he got into the frame. Um,
Big Preach,
I
Papa Druid, Big
yeah,
Preach.
I did. I disclosed to him this evening that someone is making a transatlantic um, expedition
Uh-huh.
for this podcast. He could not fucking believe it, man. And he could believe it. He couldn't believe it, and I could believe it even less because I'm still in this situation where I'm sat here and I'm going, what the actual fuck? Like, as if we hit that $10,000 amount and this is gonna happen.
So the thing that I love, and poor Dr. Agon is just sitting there. We haven't really acknowledged his presence.
Oh no,
Everybody,
no, oh well, he'll
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 get
have
his
his moment.
moment. Okay. So I remember sitting at Toast's kitchen table planning the charity event and dropping you a message at like 8 p.m. my time. So sometime between 2 and 4 a.m. and being like, hey, so how do you feel about putting a couple podcast things on the charity as charity incentives? And you're like, yeah,
Yeah,
sure. And I was like, what do you say, $10,000 we meet each other in person? And you're like,
yeah, I'm like, whatever,
sure.
bro. Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, I was like, well, I've got a passport, man. What are you gonna do? I was like 10,000. I thought maybe, yeah, we'd make $6,000. Maybe we'd make $7,000. $10,000 seemed, um, even for the we've there's a wonderful and I'm totally remiss to say we as much as I am here, the royal we. Um, However, what I'll say is I know the community here is fantastic, but $10,000 just seemed like a pipe dream. So I just said fucking yes,
Right.
and she puts it up there. I think, oh well, it's never gonna get there,
I,
and now it's got there. Now I've got to explain to my lover, my friends, my colleagues, and everything in between that there's a commotion across the ocean coming our way,
yes.
and what a day that's going to be, Ginger. Can
It's
we just?
it's going to be wild, and I'm excited. Oh, I've lost their camera feeds back. Okay. It freaked for a second. We're good.
We're
Uh
good.
but it's it's so wild because I was like, okay, cool. We'll put it out there. I'll plan all the way out to $15,000. And maybe we'll see some of these higher goals. And then the community just went bet. Mic drop.
Yeah.
Fucking
Mm.
and I was like, okay, listen here, fuckers. You guys have done something that has never happened for me before. Now poor Druid has to deal with me in his country, just period.
My country's got to deal with you first,
I mean,
and the viewers at home have got to deal with us. The Instagram story that that's gonna like just constantly be going of us like on Ferris wheels and eating cotton candy and all that stuff. Um, I can't wait for it. I think it's happening. It's not in the immediate future,
right.
but it this year it
It's
is happening.
it's gonna happen this year. I'm keeping an eye on many different things going on in the world. And also I'm waiting on a passport, so it's fine.
Kind of important to coming over to the UK, a passport, but
Right.
we'll take anything in these days.
Yeah, it's fine. Uh
As long as you're a skilled worker, and being a bit of a streamer, that's good enough for me.
I mean, if you want, I can help build things or fix cars or decorate cakes.
Funny enough, here in the UK, we're done building.
Fuck.
We're built enough. Yeah. If you want to build on this extended metaphor, then maybe, but you've got to have a fucking passport. You've got to have a fucking passport for that, love. So forget about that. Put that on the back burner. Thank you for your, but seriously, thank you for your like donations. Just seriously, if anything, just it forcing us to get off our fucking collective arses and fucking do something.
We've been talking about one of us, mainly me, making the trip over there. We've been.
I'm sorry. Can I just say, because it's half, for whatever reason, half the price.
Yes.
From here.
Yes.
Like I would step over a puddle to come and see you guys, but for half the price, you may as well fucking hop, skip, and a jump over the puddle.
Right. Like, I'm not at all like mad about it. Like,
yeah,
fuck it, let's go. But I for sure.
We've resigned ourselves to the fact that you are probably coming here.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank God for that, right? and this is where Dr. Agan comes into it, because I want to thank Dr. Agan for offering to put up Ginger for a calendar month. He's actually shipping out his future wife and child out to Mount Sinai. So we can have a stable podcast in his lounge area.
Well, I was just gonna say, I know how to change a poopy diaper, so.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, this is the first I've heard of it. But okay.
Yeah, well, you don't know how to change a poopy diaper, do you?
I've changed a few in my time, mate.
I was gonna say, he better know how to change a poopy diaper, or else Mrs. Dr. Aga's gonna be like, bitch.
Mrs. Dr. Agan's like that anyway, but you know.
Mrs. Agan. And with no further ado, I think maybe that's the time to introduce Dr. Agan, PhD in dragonology. Dr. Agan.
Hell yeah. No, so live right now, this is the first episode that's going up. This is not my first interaction with Dr. Agan. You guys will hear that first interaction in the third episode, I think.
Who knows? Yeah,
I don't know anymore.
I suppose
I definitely don't know. So
yeah, yeah, because you were like, "Where the fuck's my episode?" And I'm like, "Bro, we haven't done the premiere yet."
Yeah.
So
know this.
You did. We had a long conversation. We literally had a long form conversation that is recorded. There's proof of that.
Yeah.
Are you expecting me to remember that?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Yeah. I expect everyone to remember every single in and out of this podcast like it were a fucking game of Connect 4 with Satan himself.
Listen.
Because
to be fair, I thought he was going to say game of Connect 4 with Baron for a minute. But, you know.
Baron Trump. No. That spoiler alert. We can't. No. We can't start referencing episodes that aren't released yet.
Right? It's
Fucking
fine.
hell. Lay off the fucking drink, Dr. Agan.
Well, I guess we should also announce a few things. Since this is the premiere, I have been talking about things that have been in the works, just dropping hints everywhere. So if you guys, the Linktree link that I just dropped has all of the updated links. We have a website now.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah.
We have a website designed by yours truly. Hello.
You can see pictures of both of our. I mean, like, I know you can see our faces now, but imagine them with like cameras.
Right. Like,
we're looking fucking good, man.
Yeah.
is. I must say, in those photos. Ginger asked me, Dr. Dragon, to send a photo of myself for
Right.
the website, and I deliberately sent the most smouldering gaze that I could. So if you've not logged into the website now, the link tree is there.
It's on
If you
there.
want to if you want to see the most smouldering gaze that I've got in my party pouch, then feel free to log on to the webzine and make it happen. Log into the .com and make it happen. You make the changes out there. You, the person on the street, Johnny Sixpack.
Johnny Sixpack.
Johnny Sixpack, and he's like, Johnny Sixpack's like, and what? And what? What are you gonna do? I'm Johnny Sixpack. I'm like, more like a keg, and he's like, hey, fucking hey, this guy, this guy. And he's like, he doesn't know marinara sauce, just like a mama used to make.
Damn it.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, and also on that link tree, there's a couple other links. One of them is I am in the process of working with our merch company, but we're dropping some podcast merch.
Yeah. And,
Which-
and can I just say, spoiler alert, you were like, we've got a merch company now.
I know.
And guess what, guys? They're going to be dropping merch for us.
I know. It's fucking wild, man.
We've got, I don't know how. Like, I've not got the Twitch open. We've got it on our lap here, but don't really know. So for all like 5 of you that are here at the beginning of the podcast, we've got merch coming in. And if you aren't wearing that shit on your chest, you're basically fucking naked.
Mm-hmm.
The serpent is on the Eden tree, and he's not going to let you into heaven unless your back is slathered with podcast imagery.
I love it. Oh, God damn it. So,
Do you know what I mean? Though we've got merch.
We've got merch.
We've got websites. What else, Ginger? What else? What else is coming?
Guess what, guys? This podcast costs money to produce, so we've started a Patreon.
It doesn't. No. Money.
Yeah, it costs real human dollary dues.
So that's what I paid
Oh, yeah.
that time. Oh, guys. Listen to this. This bit is crucial.
So we have started a Patreon to help just finance things like the money that goes into hosting the website and the podcast hosting platform that we use. And it's those things. I mean, it doesn't really cost a whole lot, but it also costs money to get set up with the merch company. Like the Patreon is there to help us kind of recoup some of our costs and
also give back, actually, like just something for you guys. I mean, we are the biggest like bunch of bullshitting self-referential nerds you've ever seen. We from the first episode talk about the jokes we made in episode 1.
Yeah.
Maybe during that time. Have your chance to be a part of that egotistical history that we're building up here.
Yeah, it's
the designs are looking dope.
Yeah, it's I'm definitely really excited just because the things that are on there, it's like early access. I mean, the base tier, $3. It's early access to the podcast episodes. So 24-hour early access. All the podcast episodes too are going to get uploaded to YouTube. So if you are not a Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever, if you're a YouTube junkie like me, having it on YouTube is just another spot, and you're gonna get merch discounts at a certain level. The top tier is a free merch item like every 3 months or
every 3
something.
months. And yeah, and also we've got I'm not sure of the dollar amount, but Ginger and I will be doing for those that are willing to spend a little bit of a chunk of change. We'll be doing a weekly, like a bi-weekly, rank cast for you, separate from the podcast,
Mm-hmm.
because the podcast doesn't talk about current events as such. Maybe we'll dip into that, but that's something that it's us just maybe for 20 minutes every couple of weeks, just being a little bit pissed off and talking about things in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
and just a space for us to maybe say things we can't say here, because there are things we don't talk. We don't go into politics. Maybe we will in that we'll talk about things that won't be addressed in the podcast, basically.
Yeah.
The too hot for TV, if you can believe it. And we've also got another tier available where you can have what I don't know what the dollar amount is on that. Ginger would have to confirm that with us. I mean, there's a dollar amount that you can have a 20-minute conversation with us both
Yeah.
about whatever you like.
It
Who that applies to that's currently watching, I have no idea.
well, I know we've got a few folks hanging out. Let me get the Patreon pulled up. Yes, I'm over 18 years old. So to kind of run down the Patreon, $3 gets you early access to the pod. At the end of the podcast, we will read off patrons' names, unless it gets too big to handle. But that's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with that problem. Funny enough.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
$7, you get priority in guest questions. $15, cutting room floor, you get a merch discount code, and you get to hear some of the content that we've cut out of the podcast. So we always have outtakes and shit we cut, and I always start recording before, and I always continue to record a little bit after we start and wrap the pod.
There's so much there in about as much as we've got published content is there for you on that.
Yeah. The 20-minute call is at $30. The rant cast is at $50, and the merch item is at $75. So you get everything from that tier and below, because I'm not gonna say, hey, give us $50 for just the rant cast. Go fuck yourself.
Well, Phil, but also don't worry. Feel free to.
I mean,
if you want, if you think $50 is worth us talking for 20 minutes longer about current affairs,
I mean,
by all means, give us the fucking money, because give me the money. Give me the money. I want to see the money. It's like fucking. I'm ready to pivot into full Jerry Maguire with Tom Cruise.
Right. Well, and
yeah, so that's that.
Yeah.
Excuse me for 1 second, Ginger, and just keep talking about the Patreon.
Definitely.
I'd love to hear about it.
I think we have actually our first patron, and I think I know who the fuck it is. Holy shit. Let me get Slap Daddy logged in here. So, Dr. Agan, how the hell are you?
I'm not bad, how are you?
Good. What the hell you been up to, man?
Not a lot, really. Been playing in the band, working. Just the same old shit, really.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. What about yourself?
Just working and trying to keeping everything sorted, because the little bit that you heard the last time we all met up together,
Yeah.
it, like, I do a lot of different things. I do a lot of shit all around all around the place, and it's just it's the insanity of what I've got going on and everything that I do never fucking ends. And I know it's my fault, and I don't need anyone to fucking tell me that, because I know.
It's from what I can gather, you never stop.
No. I took yesterday off because I needed to, for my health, I needed to take the day off.
Yeah.
And it was one of the weirdest things I've ever done. I sat down and marathoned an entire show on Netflix. I haven't done that in 2.5 years.
Can't remember the last time I did that, to be fair.
Like, I don't like, my plan was to record more YouTube videos yesterday, and I didn't.
Well, everybody deserves a day off every now and then, don't they? So
I know, but I don't take days off because I'm like, yes, let me do all of the things, and then my dumbass decided to work my retail job today.
well, I've been working today as well, so you know.
I mean, okay. And it's, 6 hours later for you than it is for me, so.
It is, yeah.
But yeah, it's absolutely just fucking wild. Just been busy trying to get the get season 2 up and running, because we stopped October. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stopped October because I had to move. And then we did the charity event, and then hasn't slowed down.
Right.
So, But just a brief introduction for the kids who are just joining us. Dr. Agan is someone who's known Druid for quite a while, runs around in a similar music circle, I want to say.
Pretty much, yeah.
Kind of. Kind of. If you want to know the intricacies of our friendship, then you'll have to listen to either episode 2 or 3.
I want to say it's episode 3.
Yeah, because we recorded episode. This is going to get really confusing.
Yes,
they're in for a whirlwind of a ride.
It's going to be.
Every episode is its own adventure. I will say that.
Well, because we have different guests on almost every single time. And I think all of them have been from my Twitch community.
Yeah.
But it's just fucking chaos because everybody is so different.
Yeah. So everything, like, it's so funny that everything just has its own flavor completely. Like when we do an episode. So if you've been with us for a little while, those who remember from the beginning, we had episode 3 with Adzi was poles apart from like maybe episode 10 with Toast, like just
right.
so different. And make no mistake, guys at home, I mean, like, most of you listening to us right now probably have a chance of being in the seat where we've got you on the podcast, but like that's what this is about. It's not about, like, so me and Ginger, we put a lot of ourselves into this, like, make no mistake. But this is about you guys as much as it is about us,
right?
Because that was the whole idea behind this, is that it's a space where you guys can showcase what you're doing through us. And that's why the podcast is so fun, because every time it's so different, because it's all about that personality, that third person in the seat. It makes all the difference. That's
Right.
why we're talking about Patreon right now, because Dr. Agan is here thinking about his baby.
Well, and speaking of the Patreon, cheers to our very first patron.
Oh, shit.
Happy
Yeah.
days.
It fucking happened. We have our first patron.
Oh, yeah.
As the camera froze, it looks like.
Yes, the camera has frozen.
The
It looks
camera
like
has frozen.
Hold on, let's see if I can fix
Dr.
that.
Agan is on the case. We've got live man of action Dr. Agan with us tonight. International man of mystery. To be honest, guys, I don't know how much you're going to get from seeing us like move our faces.
I mean, people just like to see faces.
Yeah. You fucking shills. You want to see faces, do you?
You want to see some faces?
No, it's not. It's not fixed. I think we need to unlock the camera. So it's you know the code.
Speaking of shit.
The problem here is not Druid even, so
Okay.
This has been a labor of love to get you guys to even attempt to get this started.
Yeah, this is
I
like
don't know how I'm
fucking.
gonna put the code in because sellotape to a stand.
So
Shit. All right, 1 second.
that's okay. We'll take this moment for a brief intermission, and I can say hi to everybody in chat. Hello, chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. For those of you who are just joining us, we have made the announcement that Druid and I have launched merch for the podcast. We have a website officially now, and we have a Patreon to help cover the costs of producing the podcast. And but yeah, we have Druid and Dr. Agan, and we are recording the very first episode of season 2 right now. And we are going to start releasing. The camera has moved and updated. Hello, I see a Dr. Agan arm. This episode will be dropped on your podcast platform of choice, not Monday, like this coming Monday, but the following Monday. We will get, we're going to start uploading regularly. We have a couple episodes ready and waiting in the chamber. So I'm really excited, and I'm so fucking happy that we are back at it.
We are so official right now that it almost like it's almost an alienating experience,
Right?
because we started this, and even if you listen to the first episode, it sounds like absolute shit. And just to be here like months later, and we've got our first patron, as kind of insignificant as that is in the scheme of things, is like a lot to us.
It is. It's been, because we're not in this to necessarily make like boku bucks. We're not looking to be last podcast on the left or anything like that. We've been doing this to have fun and just fucking talk to people, because Druid and I randomly started talking, and now we have developed a friendship of doing all of these things, and now, you know, we have put some money into the podcast, and I think the thing that we're really looking to do is just make our
Yeah.
money back.
Yeah, because we like it's literally a case of like, well, it's a surreal experience just centrally because it when we started talking, just to think that there would be any productivity involved there
Right.
is astounding, and we're starting to get more productive with that, which is even more astounding than that.
Right. Right.
Because who'd have thought that we'd be able to even fucking organize a bar brawl in a fucking brewery?
I mean,
Um,
you haven't
you know,
seen me in a brewery, so
I mean,
Well-
in all fairness, you've not seen Druid in a brewery. I have.
I was gonna say I can't wait for that. I can't wait.
I'm quite a relaxed person.
I was gonna say
Uh,
you are one of the biggest pacifists I know. I feel like.
Yeah. Have you ever seen me, Dr. Agon? Dr. Agon knows me quite well, so
In the whole time what I've known you, I've only ever seen him angry once, and he wasn't even that angry.
yeah. And that was something that, like, justifiably, I should have been really angry about.
If it was me, I would have probably chinned him, but you know.
So, well, for a bit of context here, Dr. Agon was there when I was with an ex-girlfriend, and she made out with another guy whilst I was there.
Ooh.
And what was my reaction to that?
Your reaction was, "What do I do? Do I have it off with him? Do I have a fight or what?" And I was just like, "Well,
Yeah, and I clearly didn't
are
want
you that
to.
angry that you want to punch him?" And he was like, "Well, no, I'm angry, but I don't want to punch him." So
Yeah,
it was like,
no.
"Well, leave it alone. Then don't punch him. You don't have to punch him. Just
Nah.
leave
No. Do you know what I did instead was I passive aggressively tried to get him to admit himself what he'd done.
Don't remember that.
Yeah. I spent the whole so he'd made out with my girlfriend while we were out buying drugs, and I actually took it upon myself to, instead of getting aggressively angry at the guy, decided that I would get more satisfaction out of the idea that he would admit to me himself that he'd done it, and then have to deal with his actions by looking at my face when he told me what he'd done.
Okay. Guys,
He
Druid's a
didn't.
pacifist. Didn't you know?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. He didn't admit what he'd done, and then I started more aggressively pressing him, and I was like, well, so let's imagine that you made out with a girl and she was with someone else, and the person was right there asking you if you'd done it, what would you do? And he looked at me and he said, I probably wouldn't tell him.
I don't remember any of this.
Well, it was a conversation between between guys, man.
I'm not one of the guys.
And
Is that what you're trying to say?
Emily, if you're watching, I know you are. Fuck you. Fuck you, man.
Emily, if you're watching, and I know you are, you're a bitch.
Ed, if you're watching, and I know you are. I don't look, nothing personal, bro. I know what you're in for. But just don't step over my doorway again.
I mean,
And expect the same kind of candor that I gave you going in the first time. You took my woman away from me. Thanks. I didn't like her anyway.
oh my god. Yeah, I mean, it's so funny because people expect me to be like super chill, never get angry, and those who are currently watching the live version of this, you guys know that I can get angry. You don't know the extent, but
I don't believe that.
I get angry, but I very rarely get physical anymore. Like,
Tell that to your
Anymore.
therapist. Fucking hell.
I was the angry teen that was just like, no, fuck this, punch a wall. Now I'm like,
Oh.
I'm angry. Let me flip my fucking reversible fox that goes from happy to angry.
My reversible fox. Is that
Yeah.
is that the network that puts The Simpsons out?
No. It is this adorable little actual reversible fox that just showed
So
up at my doorstep thanks to a certain ADD toaster.
Oh my god. Friend of the podcast, AD Toaster.
Yeah. He's trying to call me out for something about unsolicited dick pics. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, well, if you don't like it toast, fucking if you can't stand the heat, stay out of the nuclear reactor, my friend. Like Ginger's cooling tower. Waylon Smithers. Waylon Smithers loves it. And he's like, well, I don't like that, sir. And he's like, oh, Smithers. oh, well. Golden 10, Smithers. Like, what's that? What's that, Smithers? Golden 10? He's like, yeah, that seems to be Golden 10, sir. And what's that? An unsolicited dick pic sent by Ginger, sir, to ADD Counselor.
At least that's the only unsolicited dick pic I've sent him. And it's not like I just found it on the internet.
What's with guys, right? I've seen a few unsolicited dick pics in my time. Not sent to me, but like people have shown me at jest. What's it with guys, by the way? And I'm going to actually take advantage of the video format right now. Just let me get my bearings. What's it with guys? What?
What you doing?
Hello. You're still live. You're good.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
You're good.
there we go. Yeah. So what's it with guys, right? So here's the guy, and what's it with this? Like,
I don't know. I
Like-
don't know.
like from the base up. Like, if you got a triangular base, what's that? And he's like that. He's like fucking. I haven't seen like a worse pyramid since the CGI in The Mummy Returns. He's just like that. He's like that. He's like, just like chilling out in his house. He's got his fucking dick out, and for some reason he thinks that if you see the ball sack to dick connection, and his nose just pops over the top of it, then somehow he's the Robin Hood of genitals, and he's giving you back sperm taxes. And I like, fuck that guy, man. And every dick pic is the same. Some like crusty dude just sitting in like a room with walls that have been painted nothing but magnolia. And you see, and he's put the base of his penis in the forefront of the frame. He's managed to discard his horrible folliculitis or balanitis or whatever it is, like the spots on the head of his belt.
Oh my god.
And he shows you this fucking raised platform that he's got from the base. Whereas he looks over the top like he's just like revealed himself on The Masked Singer.
Dude,
And he's like, Donny Osmond was the bell.
I don't get, like, it's the weirdest thing for me. I do not get dudes sending dick pics, period. But if you've sent me a dick pic almost every day for a year, and all I have done is opened it and then closed the app, maybe you should take a hint.
Yeah, that's what we call in the game social circumcision.
Well, and then the thing is he also
You like that?
killing Dr. Agon live on the podcast. Listen, you can't kill people live. Come on now.
I've got whiskey coming out
That'd
the nose.
if he died this way, that'd be a hell of a game of Clue.
Jesus.
It was Druid knowledge in the pantry with a fucking unsolicited dick pic. But you had the guy. He sent it like
He
what,
sent
every
me
day?
one every day for like a year and a half. But the thing is, he's married.
Yeah, but of course he is.
Like,
Do you know what I mean? Of course he is.
he's
Like, 'cause
married. And
Yeah,
then
but there's not a fucking unmarried man that's doing that, because married men, fucking turn like high school girls into lampshades, man.
dude,
That's what they do.
it's one of
Sorry.
those things where, like, all right, bro, send me the dick pics. Fine. Eventually, I started taking photos of them with an old cell phone.
Yeah.
And the plan was to make a fucking photo collage of them and then send them to his wife.
Yeah.
But-
Well,
Pure evil, that is.
I mean,
no.
genius.
No. It's not evil. He deserves it because his wife needs to know.
Very true.
but
Like, and she's like, "Oh, you're unimpressed with it as well."
well, and
Right.
the greatest thing was I was standing at an open mic one night and I had just gotten one of those dick pics a couple hours earlier, and I was like, I looked at my buddy and I went, "Oh no." Because he had lifted up he was doing something and his finger caught on his shirt and it lifted his shirt up a little bit. And I saw the abs and I went, "Oh no. Oh no." And I
Oh,
was
no.
worried that the dude sending me dick pics, because he never included his face, was this stand-up comedy friend of mine. And I was just like,
Yeah.
am I about to ruin someone's life that booked me on a show? Like, am
Yeah.
I about to fucking do this? Because I had literally written
would've
a joke
searched-
about it for this stage a week before.
It would have served him right, man, to see his flaccid member floating around like it was CGI in 2006, just flopping around.
I was
He
like,
couldn't, you're like, the web coming out of that fucking action couldn't have caught Toby Maguire.
oh my God. Well, 'cause I walked up to the guy and I was like, "Hey, got a weird question for you." And he goes, "Sure, what's up?
Yeah,
Like, what's going on? You got a weird question to ask me? Like, what? Coming from you, it could be anything." And I was, "Well, do you have like a red tattoo, like going up your hip onto your stomach a little bit?" And he goes, "No." And I said, "Oh, thank God." And I told him about it. And he goes, "Now I wish I had a red tattoo going up my hip because, God damn it, that's funny." And I was just like,
He's like, "I wish I'd send you an unsolicited dick pic." He's like, it's something of a Renaissance man. Like, what in the 19th century, they actually called dick pics unsolicited Richard portraits.
God damn it.
No, nobody. Richard portraits, no.
God damn it.
Oh,
God damn it.
Oh, sorry. One seems to have found you in an uncompromised position. One seems to have leveraged such position. Charles Dickens to the rescue. Perchance the third spirit in A Christmas Carol has come out. He's like, "Spirit, what dost thou want?" He's like, "I want thou to comment on thine helmet, sir, that I have sent to you in earnest. And please, sir, do not mention it in any said stand-up comedy events. The red tattoo was left to flay on the side, good sir."
Dr. Agan, I have a serious question for you.
Go on.
Tell me that he is like this all the time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah, he basically is the same person.
Yeah, this is not.
This,
Guys,
this, is, this is not put on.
this is not an act.
This is really just.
What?
on an average day.
I
What?
figured it was, but I needed that confirmation for me, for my giggles, for my I just needed it.
What I need to know is why you decided to ask that at that point.
I've been meaning to ask it since the first time I met Dr. Agan.
What was he? What were we talking about once, Dr. Agan? We were talking about music in porn movies.
Oh Jesus! Not this
Oh
again.
God.
You remember that?
I do.
The one time Dr. Agan and I had a podcast style conversation was when I spoke about music in porn movies, and I made his wife to be blush as if
Oh.
as if she were a boiling kettle.
She didn't know. She didn't know what to do with herself.
Well,
to
because,
be
what was
honest.
the basis of that? Like, so music of pornography has changed
Yeah.
a lot in our lifetime. So the archetypical porn music when we were growing up was like really cool, funky bass lines, right?
Yeah.
And now, from my limited experience,
That's what we tell Mrs. Knowledge, right?
no, Mrs. Knowledge is all the pornography I need in my mind palace.
Aww.
Oh yeah, well she'll love that statement. Yeah. No, pornography music has like lost so much class. Like whereas before, like so, a bass player that used to make porn music in the 70s to the 90s could have given you a napkin with his number written in lipstick on it, and he would have been the hottest thing in the world. And now, the equivalent to that now is like he leaves you an AirPod where he shows you his private Bandcamp page, and it just sounds like fucking shit. It's like binary beats, man. And then like and so before it was like bow 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 bow, and now it's like. And it's like geared towards like making your like dick feel like it's a Motorhead concert. It sounds it sounds like The Weeknd, except it sounds like he genuinely believes he's about to come instead of lamenting over the fact he's not going to. You know The Weeknd. He's like, I'm blinded by the light. You're like, oh wow, this guy thinks he's going to get some right now. But porn music is like taking that the next step further and just taking the synth loop and going, and then slowing it down over like a girl that feels that she's strong and empowered, but yet is run by a studio.
Yeah.
And a guy that's frankly so hairless that he freaks me out, and I lose the wood.
Dude, I can't fucking deal with like porn. If porn is your thing, if porn is your job, if you're comfortable with it, cool with it, do it. I'm not telling you not to. But bro, what there's so many things about porn that I don't get anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like a crotchety old fucking grandma. Like kids these days with their newfangled porn all about their stepmothers and stepsisters and fuck. Like,
wow. The thing about modern porno, if you don't want to feel like a complete freak, you've got to put it on mute.
Dude, it's fucking ridiculous.
Does anything kill your heart on faster than going like, oh, I'm a naughty little stepsister, and you're like 15 minutes in, and you're going like, I don't even have a sister, man. I'm an only child. I'm disgusted by that still.
I fucking weirds me out, dude. Like, and if that's your thing, if that's your kink, fine. You do you, but I don't fucking get it. We don't kink shame in this house. But
I do actually. No, no. If you like your stepdad, talk to your fucking mum first, man, because there's nothing less sexy than just not asking her at a time. Like, you know, because we live in rightfully so, and it should have been the way from the beginning, a time of an understanding of consent. Ask your fucking real mom before you fuck your stepdad, who happens to be 20 years younger than you.
Right. Like that's the thing. Is it's like, oh, fucking my stepdaughter. It's like, no, ew, no, that's so weird. Like,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
not my
that's a
bag, not my thing. But can we just stop like pushing that constantly? Because somebody's gonna fuck up one day,
yeah. Well,
and
and
it's
so
not gonna be good.
yeah, yeah. Everyone that's into like stepdaughters and stepsisters. I'm sorry, like when someone accidentally says, "I'm your real daughter."
Uh-huh.
Or the porn movie that after the cum shot ends with someone on a long and really involved search for their birth parents.
Right.
You're in South Carolina. You must be my real mother. I've just fucked the person I believe was my dad for the last 20 years. That's hot. How about round two? Bam, bam, bam,
Oh
bam.
God.
Yeah, fuck pornography, man.
Yeah.
And if you're doing porn at home, and I know you are, then can we just come up with better names than like, hey, my name is Jasmine Sweet.
Right.
Oh, get fucked.
Porn names
Many-
are worse than stripper names, in my opinion.
Yeah, because at least with stripper names, it's like, well, not that I know any strippers. My knowledge of strippers comes from Grand Theft Auto 5. Trying to touch that booty when the bouncer's not looking. Like, oh, hey, cilantro.
That's my thing. Is like, okay, and I get it. I'm a content creator who doesn't care if people know her real first name, but I still try to keep that shit separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I get
yeah.
it. It seems a little hypocritical, but at least with a screen name in like content creation like this, it doesn't have to be something that's an innuendo or sounds sexy. Like,
Yeah, well, as we've said before, like what we've got now are basically the names we'd get in the real world in the Matrix.
right.
Whereas in porn, I'm called Druid Plowage. And that's actually to do with like moving snow more so than anything else. Just moving snow, like just so my stepdaughter can get to school. And it's like that's my stepdaughter, by the way, and she's totally hot. But her mom,
Ugh.
her mom doesn't know.
No,
Like,
no, stop.
who's the worst person in porn? Like the guy that's like giving the guy wish fulfillment and pretending that he's your gaze, the male gaze, the much ballyhooed male gaze. The guy, he's shooting point of view pornography, and you can be him for this 25-minute ride. And he's the worst guy, and I'll tell you why. Because he's like the pre-interview before the sexual activity is like the bit of the porn movie that would make me come the fastest, by the way, because of how ridiculous it is. Because because it's literally like a guy like with the most nondescript accent you could ever hear, like because he's like, hey, how are you doing? And you're like, where's that from? I don't know. And then he's like, so what you're in college or what? And she's like, yeah. And then he's like, well, what do you major in? And she's like, I major in biology. He's like, oh, biology, that must be hard. She's like, yeah, it's really hard. And he goes like, well, guess what? I'm really hard.
Ugh.
Take your shirt off.
It's like, no.
And then,
I
like
can't.
he's like, what do you major in? She's like, literature. And he's like, what are you reading right now? And she's like, I'm reading the 1914 epic novel James Joyce's Ulysses. He's like, James Joyce's Ulysses, huh? Studying that sure sounds hard.
The
How about you take a shit up?
like I can't with like I understand the need for it because porn is about a fantasy. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
However, like it's so fucking weird. Like and like do what you got to do, be what you got to be. Like I can't I I can't fucking wrap my head
Sociologically,
around it and fathom it sometimes.
it's a funny thing because sociologically speaking, we talk about all these things that make up the fabric of our society, right? And the things that define who we are. And then this whole corner of pornography is like fucking ignored. Where really, you want to get to know someone, know what they're jacking off to, man.
Yeah.
Because like if you're jacking off, man, you don't even know yourself, right? And you're going to your base instincts. And I once went to a fascinating philosophical convention, a talk, and the guy made I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast before, but the guy made the fantastic point of you've never understood your base programming until you've been jacking off quite vociferously and then accidentally caught yourself in the mirror while doing so.
Oh God. That's
Because and the reason why and this is for anyone at home that's like looking at the visual stuff, like you're just like there, yeah, and then you look over, there's a mirror, and then you go and you realize that you've got the dead-eyed stare of like a fucking an extra in the Jaws movie that's pretending to be the shark. Your eyes are literally that dead. Like, oh my god, that's my cum face. Oh my god.
I don't know.
We have frozen again.
You have.
Oh,
And I made
No.
a whole motion about like poking you and things like that because
I literally was. It's lucky because I was literally mimicking jacking off at that time.
Oh, thank God.
So I like that whole like phenomenon that I was talking about there of
the phone has died.
Oh, the phone has died. So it looks like our video is out for the foreseeable future.
Oh, well.
Sorry guys, I know you were really enjoying seeing us interact there.
He's charging again. What?
Dr. Agan, don't worry. I think the audio side of this is more important than the video.
It is.
So, Ginger, I don't know. You've got the the template there. You've got everything going. Is there a picture you could replace us with?
I probably could, or I mean, I can leave the frozen still because I have a still on the screen of you two, and it has your name written nice and neat underneath it. So.
Oh yeah, no, I'm looking at that now. It looks really good.
So I put it together in about 3 minutes before we started this because I've worked fucking basically 12 hours today. So.
Well, we thank you for your hard work.
Hey, I thank you guys for staying up late and doing this.
You would not believe what a journey it's been for me this evening, actually.
Well, that's the thing is we were like, yeah, no, like 6 o'clock my time should be totally fine, should be home. I didn't fucking get home till almost 7 o'clock my time. I was supposed to be home at 5:30. So it was just it's been a day.
We've been viewers at home. We've fought for this to happen tonight.
It has been a hard fought battle, and Dr. Agan, thank you so much for sacrificing some more of your time to come and be here and deal with the chaos that is.
This podcast is.
I mean, I deal with chaos on a daily basis, really.
I mean,
fair. Fucking here we go. Get out the violins. Wow, what a hard life he's got putting up with this guy. Fucking hell.
So, I mean, people will find out more about you soon enough, Dr. Agan, but I do truly want to extend my thanks to both of your visits to the podcast, because you kind of came in clutch tonight, not gonna lie.
Yeah, you really did.
But this is gonna be episode 1 of season 2, and we've got episodes 2 and 3 already prepped and waiting, but we've been waiting for so many things to kind of fall in line and so many things to kind of get in place to do this. And Druid's starting a new job, and just all of the things going on with that.
Which, by the way, expect to hear a lot about that in the Rankcast if you subscribe at the $50 level.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you for having me again.
I mean, there are certain folks that I feel like are always welcome back onto the pod, and certain folks who seem to be a little bit more willing to return more than their initial visit.
Yeah.
So
the last one was fucking hilarious. So I had a really good time.
Well, thank you, man. We try to entertain here first and foremost, and then maybe we learn a little something in between. Then that's fantastic.
Oh God, it sounds like we're about to do a fucking children's special.
Yeah. Oh, maybe we are.
I mean,
wait a sec.
But
let's see.
He has just picked a guitar up.
Oh no. Oh shit. So
Thanks for tuning in to GingerTalks. No, fuck off. No.
Oh, musical interlude. Hello.
Yeah, and now to your regular programming.
Fuck. Yeah, I had a train of thought and I fucking lost it. Oh no. That's fine.
Better catch that train of thought.
Druid's fault there.
No.
Oh yeah, it was my fault. What are you gonna fucking do? What are you gonna do, Dr. Agan? You gonna fucking step to me?
No.
It wouldn't be the first time.
It wouldn't be the first time. Yeah, all right.
Oh shit.
All right. Comes on the podcast twice, thinks he's big for his boots. Fucking Dr. Agan.
Oh, I don't remember what I was gonna say. I completely lost it. It's fine. I don't fucking know how to word anymore. It's fine. I completely lost it. I know we're talking about for this new season shaking things up a little bit, not just my community, but we've got some other people kind of from that it's not just folks from the community that I know and that you most of the time don't know.
Yeah. thank you to everyone that's been on the podcast so far. You all have a creative energy that I really admire. But please understand that if you listen to half the episodes, I am catching up in a big way because I don't know half of you fucking guys.
He doesn't. I say a name and he's just like, yes, that person. Remind me who they are.
Yeah, and if you think I'm doing my homework to work out who you are, I am 100% not.
I
But the time we spend together is just has a currency to it that a diamond couldn't buy.
it literally, it's just like, hey, so I've got this person lined up for this day if that works for you, or oh, I put this person in at this time, and he's just like, cool, who are they? And I have to give him a short little synopsis of who you are in relation to my community, and it's just like, yes.
Yeah, well, welcome to Behind the Curtain, where we just basically showcase the fact that I'm a fucking hack.
But to be fair, this was never your original world of things either.
Yeah, and in reality, really, it never fully will be, because I think, and purely for the fact that I will just never stream myself. I think to fully understand everything that goes into streaming, you've got to do it yourself. And I admire the work that goes into it, and I do my best to understand as like someone that provides a podcast on the matter. But really, the beauty of my inclusion here is the fact that I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
But that leads to some of the most genuine reactions, and that's how we are so great at getting off topic and finding ourselves in such the weirdest places and conversations. That's how I end up talking shit about at least one celebrity each week, or like each episode, because I'm like, nah, man, fuck Joe Rogan. And by the end of it, like whoever it is, oh man, I love Willem Dafoe, but fuck that guy. Like, how I end up on IMDb every time we record, I will never understand.
Yeah, well, I was actually talking to someone earlier. You might have heard of him. His name is Matthew Perry. And he said, how do you do it? How do you keep bringing in celebrities during every episode that have nothing to do with the conversation you're talking about? And I said, Matthew, I'll say the same thing that I said to famed blues pianist Ray Charles. And I was like, it's what's between the lines. It's what's between the lines of conversation. And Ray Charles, bless him, famed blues pianist Ray Charles said, I just don't see it, Druid. And I said, well, Ray, that's because you're blind. And he said, oh shit, yeah.
God damn it.
And then, do you know what he said after that? He said, good golly, Miss Molly.
God damn it. Well,
I was like, shut up, Ray.
When you had stepped away earlier, and I was talking to Dr. Agan, and you'll be proud of me, Druid, because you know how much I work. You know how much time I put into everything.
Absolutely.
So I woke up yesterday, had my meeting with my boss, and partway through that meeting, I started feeling a little lightheaded, a little dizzy. And I was like, all right, bet I'm going to go lay in my bed. And I binged the entirety of Squid Game. The first time I had seen it, binged the entire thing, top to bottom, in my bed. And, this may say something about me afterwards. I was like, man, I'm still really craving Taco Bell from like 3 days ago. And so I took some fucking painkillers. I was feeling a little bit better. Took some painkillers and was just like, yeah, no, this is a Taco Bell kind of night. What the fuck? I watched all of Squid Game and I was like, I think Taco Bell sounds great.
Yeah, and then you phoned DoorDash and said, "Kesatsu nade one da."
Just start speaking Korean.
Shoto shete aro.
I just.
Watashi wa Ginger Snap 67. Watashi wa. That's Japanese, so racist. Kesatsu nade one da. Do you know what that means, Ginger, in Japanese?
No fucking idea.
The police are my bitches. Kesatsu nade one da. And so, like hot anime boy says that, and I'm weak at the knees. I'm like fucking Long John Silver without the pegs, man. You know what I mean? Short John Bronze, man.
In watching Squid Game, I knew like some of the basic stuff. I knew some of the basic premise. I knew it was a Korean show, so it was going to be more of a slow burn, and I'm fucking here for it. I love K horror. I love just sign me up. And I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, okay, so people are fawning over who?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I'm watching.
With Squid Game, they don't know.
Like, there's so if you haven't seen Squid Game, who are you? Me? It's been out forever. You should have seen it before me at this point. But like the friend of the lead, he's supposed to be like the clean cut, like good looking guy, and I was just like, but why? But
yeah, because like he's like the fucking he's like a chibi angry video game nerd.
He's so like I'm trying very hard not to give potential spoilers in case somebody is me and hasn't seen it yet, but it's just one of those things where it's like, why are you trying to make the hot guy the bad guy? Why are you playing into that stereotype? God damn it. But I'm watching this
like that.
And I'm like, my head is just pounding, and I'm like, cool. So we're shooting people who lose at red light, green light. Okay. Bet. if this is what's happening, fine. Like, fuck it up and do it. But what? Like, what?
Yeah, well,
this is what happens when I actually finally watch TV. I take a break and watch TV.
Yeah, I've just got a message through from Ted Sarandos of Netflix, and he says, "Can you please stop this conversation immediately?" I've said no, and I whispered no, and he says well, the reason he's telling me hard is because he knows about math, and he knows about diameter, and he knows about the circle of life. So actually, when you know about math, you know how to multiply. And if you know how to multiply, you know how to multiply with a chick. And it's totally awesome, okay? I sound like Quentin Tarantino.
You
did! And that's totally awesome. So if you know how to multiply, you know how to get Uma Thurman in compromised positions. And when Uma Thurman's in compromised positions, then she really delivers a hot take on Kill Bill 2.
Fucking goddamn it. I can't think of Quentin Tarantino and not just think of feet, and it makes me so uncomfortable.
Yeah, and he goes like, he's like, well, when you think about it, that's actually a really when you think about movies, and I think about movies a whole lot, because I'm Quentin Tarantino. I used to work in a movie store. I don't know if you know that. I'm Quentin Tarantino. I have got a liberal way of talking about the N-word in my movies, but that's okay. So forget about that for a second. But totally, if you think about feet when you talk about my movies, think about how my movies are in of themselves an amazing feat of themselves of cinematic history. Quentin,
get out of my house, Tarantino. Get out of my fucking house.
Yeah, it's like, Tarantino, how many times did I tell you you can't go through my garbage? It's like, well, actually, when you think about it, when your garbage truck comes over in the morning, it's a lot like Reservoir Dogs, my movie, when they take out they take the money from the bank, but when the garbage truck comes on a Tuesday morning, they take your garbage from your lawn, and that's a bit like when Mr. Orange takes the money from the bank.
It's like
he's such a like he's like so autistic.
uh,
It's like, and it's like
God.
that. So when I was working on my movie Inglorious Bastards, and that was totally an awesome movie, by the way. It was probably one of the best movies I've worked on. And Christoph Waltz, the character, he was a Nazi, but he was like a Nazi with an agenda. It was not just Nazism; it was like agenda Nazism. That's like a movie I saw once from the 1920s, and it was a bit like Orson Welles.
Oh my
Except
God.
except we had this scene where Christoph Waltz put his fist on the table, and it was a bit like this porno I saw where someone put their
God
fist on
damn
someone's
it.
ass.
God damn it. No,
And I was
nope,
like,
I'm done. I'm done.
and he went from Christoph Waltz in a second to Christoph Knotts.
God damn it. Oh shit.
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Quentin Tarantino, and I'm making my last movie this year. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but it's totally not a Star Trek movie.
Okay. I'm gonna redirect this for just a second.
Oh,
But
please redirect this. This is a lot like the scene in
oh my
Or-
God.
Orson
God, no.
Welles.
No.
Orson Welles did a scene like
No.
this in Citizen Kane, where
God
he
damn
did
it.
this. He
No,
did this like
stop it.
frame by frame dissolve, and he went from one scene to another, and the one scene had nothing to do with the next scene. So imagine me, Quentin Tarantino, in this scene in a film with Orson Welles, is Citizen Kane, the best movie of all time. I actually sold lots of copies of that in my movie store down in down in Minnesota, and then when that and then he did a quick dissolve, and it was the next scene in Quentin Tarantino, me. I wasn't in the next scene, so please, can we go to that scene and action?
Uh how do you feel about Clerks 3 Druid and Dr. Agate? Because I feel like I don't know how big Kevin Smith's movies are over there.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
I very well. Have you seen Clerks 1?
No.
So Clerks 1, I've got it on VHS.
Clerks.
And I used to love the movie. In fact, I used to love everything Kevin Smith did. I used to love Clerks. I used to love Mallrats. I used to love Chasing Amy. Used to love Dogma. Outside of that, really, Clerks 2, dog shit.
So
But those movies have aged like a fine wine if it were encased in a bottle of dog shit.
well, so here's the thing. When you look at the original Clerks and you look at the setting and the timing and the place, there's so many core themes of fucking the original Clerks that still hold up. I
Right.
lived the life of Dante for at least 4 years. I'm not even supposed to fucking be here today. Why is this crazy shit happening in my store? Fuck you. You're supposed to be my best friend and you're causing half the problems. Like, that
Right.
was
Right.
my life for a solid 4 years. And I found myself quoting, I'm not even supposed to be here today, more times than I fucking can count.
Yeah. Yeah, and I get that, and I think, you know, when you're like 19 and you work in retail for the first time, that movie speaks to you in such a way.
It does.
Yeah, but here's my thesis on the whole Clerks thing is the issue with Kevin Smith movies and the issue with Clerks 1 is actually that blowjobs stop being that funny after you've had one.
So
do you see what I mean? The snowball, and you're like, yeah, awesome.
well, and one of the things, like, you look at humor from back then, and Clerks, especially here in the States, Clerks was very, like, I didn't like Clerks the first time I watched it. It was too dry. I didn't get it. And then I worked as an overnight stock person at fucking Toys R Us, and I was just like, I fucking hate everything. I now work at a gas station. I fucking hate everything. Now I fucking get it. Clerks 2, I mean, okay, yeah, movies. Okay, whew.
Yeah. Well, the fucking donkey show.
Right. But
Kevin Smith cannot make a movie now to save his fucking life.
I haven't seen Clerks 3. I think it's not out yet. I think Kevin Smith just announced they did their final, they've got the final edit of it done. But like, I think I stopped watching his, I didn't see Tusk. I've seen synopsis of it, and like, I've seen some clips of it. I haven't seen some of his other flicks, but I've seen the core, like Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. I've seen Clerks 2, Chasing Amy, Mallrats. Even though Mallrats was still fucking weird, like, there's still some weird parts to it, Mallrats is one of my favorites, and Dogma, because
Dogma is the only one that, to modern standards, that we adhere to today. Dogma is the one that actually holds up. And I fucking loved Mallrats when I was a kid. And because I liked comic books when I was a kid, and Mallrats had this thing where it felt like it was voicing like my part in like a silent minority. And I think Mallrats is like an interesting one where I'd be interested to see what a modern comic book movie fan would think of, like, the revelry of like excitement that just even at that time that even one person was talking about it.
Right. I enjoyed Mallrats, and I appreciate Kevin Smith trying to foray into horror. And I know Tusk wasn't, people didn't think Tusk was that great. It went too far. It was too weird. But those are also the same people who watch Saw, and to me, it's the same fucking thing. But I enjoyed, if you look at it as just a fucking bloody horror movie, I enjoyed Red State. Like, I did. But I've also, like, it was from the same studio that did Repo the Genetic Opera, which is fucking bloody and gory too. But Kevin Smith just pushed a different type of narrative, and I enjoyed it. Now, I also like really bad horror movies as well. My movie shelf is full of B-rate horror flicks.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about there.
But it just, like, I enjoyed Red State.
So you're saying that you're open for Kevin Smith as like a contemporary filmmaker?
I am, because he took something that, like, people like me here in the United States, especially people who are part of the gay community, you know who the Westboro Baptist Church is. And he said, because I had interviewed him via email for a paper I did on Red State. And I was like, why did you write a movie like this? And he said, because I was looking at a protest from the Westboro Baptist Church, and I thought, what if we gave them guns? What if we took them to an extreme? And then I wrote the movie, and it was supposed to go way farther off the rails than it fucking did. He ran out of money.
Yeah.
So, like, the true ending he wanted, he didn't get. And I think the movie is all the better for not. But, like, it's so close to the reality of what could fucking happen here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's fair.
and that's why I think I'm okay with it. I'm also people who have, come to the stream know that I really enjoy unsatisfying endings. Don't tie that shit up in a nice little box with a little bow. Fucking show me the hard reality of nah.
Fucking right. Fucking right. By
Like,
the way, is there anything less satisfying than a satisfying ending to a movie?
I hate fine, yes, sometimes it's nice, but I
Well,
would rather see a realistic ending.
This is why Infinity War is, without impunity, the best Marvel movie.
Dude,
Well, not watch that either.
You've not watched that?
Ugh.
Well, spoiler alert, like half the world fucking dies and it ends, and it's just like, thank God, man. Thank God they didn't fucking win, because there's nothing more boring than knowing the outcome of something.
Right. Like, I definitely, like, when I watch a rom-com and it's like you see two fucking toxic people and they're chasing after each other and they're both fucking just as toxic, or a love story that spans 3 days. Oh my God, I love you. We're going to get married and it's going to be amazing. Oh my God. Jump cut to 6 months later. Bitch, you've been together for 6 months and you got a ring on your finger? Like,
Yeah, okay.
There's certain things that I find are unrealistic, and I would rather see you know, maybe the hero should die at the end. Maybe maybe the couple should not be together in the end because you're rooting for them the whole movie because that's what it's designed to do. Maybe they're not actually the right fit. Like, fucking, I love when the hero dies because I'm just like, yeah, you can't keep being lucky the entire time. One of these times, you're gonna fuck up, homie. Like,
And then imagine a narrative and like, say, a Quentin Tarantino movie.
oh my
God.
God.
Where imagine if events take place and then they don't take place in the same moment as the scene that preceded it. And then take that. And then take that. And then take that. And then take that. And change it around. And then you've got yourself a movie.
God damn it.
That's why Quentin Tarantino. That's why I'm the best director that there is on the circuit right now. That's why you go and see movies in theater right now, is because people like me, auteurs, and you've got other ones like Martin Scorsese, and you've got other ones like Terrence Malick, and then you've got other ones, and that's like Wes Anderson. If you like uh, uh, if you like pastels, you like a Wes Anderson movie. So, and that's why Quentin Tarantino, am the best man for the job when it comes to shooting Uma Thurman's feet in Kill Bill 1. And the thing is, you might remember Kill Bill 1 had real anime vibe to it, and that was awesome because, like, one time I was in college and I dropped acid with my friend Robert Rodriguez, and he actually showed me a little movie by the name of Ghost in the Shell, and then I thought, oh, wouldn't that be neat if I put that in my movie Kill Bill Volume 1? And I was like, oh, well, do you know what would be even more neat? Robert Rodriguez. If I went out there and I made a Volume 2 as well.
Do you remember sitting down? I think it was me, you, and Mouse. And we sat down and we watched Until Dawn. Or not Until Dawn, From Dusk Till Dawn.
From Dusk Till Dawn, yeah.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen From Dusk Till Dawn, you need to. But about 45 minutes into the movie, it takes a hard fucking left turn, and it's Tarantino and Rodriguez. And it's got Danny Trejo in it, Selma Hayek. Like, there are things that you just don't expect. It comes out of nowhere. Clooney, you got George Clooney in it. Like, it's fucking amazing.
George Clooney's breakout role, and you've got famed like kind of horror movie, B movie guy Tom Savini has a gun for a dick, so he has a revolver dick,
Mm-hmm.
and he fucking in fact and Cheech of Cheech and Chong fame plays 3 roles in it.
Yeah.
One of which is called the Pussy Man.
Yes. It's fucking insane.
When you see Cheech from Cheech and Chong for the second time in the movie playing a different character, he's going, we got the pussy, we got the
Right.
we got the Quentin Tarantino pussy.
You see him play 2 different roles within the span of 45 minutes. And then when his 3rd role comes in, you're just like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah, well, that's it. When his 3rd role comes in, you go, was that Cheech?
Right.
And you're like, oh, he's been in the whole fucking movie.
Right. It's
playing different people.
Like, that movie, because I know we talked about it when we watched it in the Discord server, because Mouse had never seen it, and I was like, I just need to fucking watch this movie again. I've wanted to for years. I just need to sit down and fucking watch it. So we decided to fucking watch it, and Mouse wasn't expecting the turn. I knew there was a turn, and I had a general idea of what it was. I forgot the execution of the plot twist. And I was like, oh yeah, that thing. Oh boy. Like, and I've had a soft spot for Danny Trejo my entire life. Ever since I saw him in, like, when I was a little fucking kid, I've loved Danny Trejo. And so seeing his first movie role that wasn't a stunt person or like a stunt, like involved in stunts and stuff, it was actually like an acting role for him. It made me so happy.
I love how Danny Trejo has managed to pivot now into making tacos on fucking TikTok.
Dude.
He's like, and then you put the mojo in, and it's fucking awesome. And it's a family recipe, man.
Dude, Danny Trejo.
It's a family recipe, man, and you just ignore the director and you look tough.
Danny Trejo, I feel like, is one of those dudes that, like, you meet him and you're just like, hi, hello, I'm nervous and scared. And then by the time you've talked to him long enough that you both have like a cup of coffee, it's just like talking to anybody else. But it's like the flip of a switch and you're just like, ah, you're scary.
It's like you realize you've been talking to him for 2 hours and haven't said anything about yourself whatsoever.
He's
that was when I was in Machete, man.
Danny Trejo. I know I say this a lot. There's many celebrities that I'm like, I just want to have a beer or have a cup of coffee or just sit down for fucking 10 minutes and just be like, you make me think things and I don't.
He's like, just saying things that aren't there, man.
God damn it.
I'm a simple guy, man.
When did we turn into the accent portion of the podcast?
No. Well, this is where we're at. Dr. Agon, if you could have a beer with any celebrity, who would it be? Any celebrity on Earth. You can have, and it's not like you've got to really commit to getting to know them or anything. It's sort of like it's a beer thing. Mine's John Goodman. I'd love a beer with John Goodman because like that just seems like it'd be super like chill.
there's so many people you could go and have a beer with.
Yeah, but there must be one, like one person you could have a bit, like just sit there and slam like a Coors Light down with.
I don't know. I reckon having a beer with Bert Kreischer would be quite funny.
Bert
Bert
Kreischer.
Kreischer.
I reckon that would be quite amusing.
You're gonna have to enlighten me there. I can't remember who the fuck Bert Kreischer is.
He's the dude who has almost an entire stand-up special where he doesn't wear a shirt. He's Bert Kreischer, the Machine.
The Machine.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
He's got a story about what is it, joining the Russian mafia or some shit like that.
He ended up going to Russia in college, and ended up like running all sorts of scams with like Russian.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I reckon you'd have some.
You want an
some
educational
stories to
drink?
tell.
You want
Yeah.
to know? He wants to know what. So Dr. Agan, if you've not learned anything about him tonight, then you know that he wants to know what's going on behind the Iron Curtain. I must know. I must have beer with Bert Kreischer. It's like fucking Ivan Drago, Rocky 4. Oh, hey, that guy Adrian.
I'm thinking if I could only pick one celebrity to have a drink with. Now that I'm really thinking about it, I know it sounds like super cliche, but I'll explain in a minute. I think it would be Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, you get kicked out of the bar because he's constantly trying to break the fourth wall.
Well, here's the reason though, is because I feel like when he's not like on, like when he doesn't have to be like on, he's just a chill fucking dude who just likes to sit there and play games on his phone and like.
He's like, oh, Adrian, it's not how hard you get hit. It's
No,
how
God
fast
damn
you
it.
get back up.
God damn it. Ryan Reynolds, because I respect the man's hustle. I respect everything he's got going on. And I respect the fuck out of him for having all of these shitty fucking movies and then leaking the Deadpool test footage and getting the entire internet to be like, so when the fuck are you guys making Deadpool? You guys own the rights. Fucking make Deadpool. Like,
yeah. And please don't tell my wife, Blake Lively.
oh, fuck, they probably don't hide shit from each other.
No. He doesn't even hide the remote from her.
Nah. I feel like it would be.
He's like, you want to watch TLC? Then that's awesome. But if I'm gonna make some comments about the audience.
There's something about him where he's like an ADD kid in a toy store, but then like when he doesn't have to be in front of people, like, I don't know.
The first thing I ever saw in him was Van Wilder.
Van Wilder.
Oh God.
Yeah. Actually, Van Wilder's a bit of an awesome
God
movie.
Damn it.
In fact, Quentin Tarantino, I couldn't have come up with a better mise en scène than that. In fact, it was awesome. Like working with Ryan Reynolds for the first time. Really awesome. He was breaking the fourth wall. He was Van Wilder. He was he was a ride.
God damn it. So I'm a change gears a little bit because I also know that you guys have it's getting closer to the late side over there for you.
It's 3 a.m. now.
Yeah, I was trying to say it in a nice way that didn't make me feel like a giant dick. So
Actually, in a Quentin Tarantino movie,
oh my God.
we call that a giant,
I'm done. Nope, I'm done. Nope, I'm done.
We call that a Big Richard, and
God
it's awesome.
damn it!
It's I actually
sir.
I frame the camera. I frame the
Sir.
camera down. You can see the part. You can see the part where the balls.
Oh my
interact with
god! Nope,
and
I'm
it
done.
makes for the best unsolicited dick pic
I
that I've
hate it
ever sent
here. I
to
hate
Uma
it here.
Thurman. I actually sent one to Uma Thurman, and
I
she said it was actually an amazing feat of directorial advance, and I really like that comment.
I fucking hate it here. I want to just ask some of our guest questions. God damn it! God damn it! That's all I want to do.
All right. Okay. Let it
Fucking
go.
Druid Tarantino over here.
Yeah. That's it. Pulp friction over here. Yeah. And that's when I actually that's where I revitalized John Travolta's career, and that was amazing for him as well as me as a director because he had such a range, and they didn't know he had such a range when he was in Saturday Night Fever. I was still watching Saturday Night Live.
Oh my god. So, given that we got our first Patreon tonight, the first Patreon, they get a priority guest question, good sir. And I would ask our typical first question of a guest, but we've already asked Dr. Agan this question, but the audience hasn't heard it yet.
Yeah.
So
stay tuned, folks. By the way,
yeah,
content is coming.
So the first question from our Patreon who gets question priority comes from the wonderful man ADD Toaster, who asks how many Baby Bell cheese waxes are holding up Druid's camera?
Zero. You may have noticed, ADD Toaster, that we are now frozen on the visual aspects. Unfortunately, had we had Baby Bell wax, then maybe you would be able to see me in the flesh retorting to your wonderful remark. However, fate dealt us a difficult hand tonight. We've had a real we've had some troubles with the technical wherewithal to make this happen, and it's because we haven't yet got a sponsorship from Baby Bell,
Right?
and keep that we're keeping that in the pocket because it's coming. Baby Bell, I know you're listening.
Right. Give this man some money so he can fucking buy a phone tripod, damn it.
All right. Oh, fucking ease off. Phone tripod. Baby Bell cheese wax. On the mic stand, Dr. Agan, you can see the Baby Bell cheese wax. Yep. From last time. I'm still. If I were a fish, and I had gills,
where's this going?
then I would still be breathing in Baby Bell cheese wax from my outer side. As like I imagine the shark from Jaws had to intake blowhard fucking big statements from Steven Spielberg in 1976.
God damn it. I love the Twitch community here is poking a little bit of fun really into Seal. Hey Baby Bell, why don't you give me some money?
Well, all right.
Druid's sexy wax candle phone holder.
All right, screw you guys. How about that? Screw you guys. Am I so predictable? No.
Nah.
No, because I'm Quentin Tarantino,
God
motherfucker, and I make a narrative. I spin a narrative like harder than Tobey Maguire spins a secret.
You know, I love that the Baby Bell cheese wax has just been one of those not as prevalent jokes. If you've listened to the podcast, like going back to the previous live episode about the Baby Bell cheese, and it's one of those things that just is always simmering under the surface as a joke, and I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah,
I
and
love
and
it.
and and you know, if you subscribe to the $50 level and you get the rant cast, you can hear me live reviewing every bacon, egg, and cheese that I can get my hands on in New York. A bacon, egg, and cheese in Iowa. A bacon, egg, and cheese in Delaware. A bacon, egg, and cheese in Philadelphia.
Why?
What?
Why? What is even happening right now?
A bacon, egg, and cheese in
God damn it!
This is coming from the
in
man that doesn't
Washington?
eat meat.
You
a,
don't
ba-
eat
a bacon, egg, and cheese.
bacon.
Well, that's part of the fun. I'm like, I scrape it out. I don't eat bacon. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
God
Fucking
damn
sue
it.
me. I'm here on the coalface. I'm reviewing bacon, egg, and cheese around the world. I can't eat them.
I don't eat bacon, but we're still gonna review this. Ew, fuck! There's bacon on my sandwich.
Yeah, it's like the bit beasts in Beyblade when they come out of the machine. They wear a condom, but they still don't fuck.
God damn it. So I have put in the chat for folks to ask us questions of us and our guest, and the next question that came in is Dr. Agon in a safe place. Blink twice if you're all right, but it's the frozen image.
So if I see him blink twice, then I'm actually going to make him fall on his sword as if he were in a Shakespearean tragedy. Is this a dagger I see before me? Are you blinking twice?
You son of a bitch!
Is this a Dr. Agon I see before me? With its handle towards my hand?
When I come visit, and it's Dr. Agon, how are you? I'm great. I'm missing, only a little bit of some of my organs. What happened? I fell on a sword. Oh.
Yeah. I fell on my sword.
Oh.
It was the honorable thing to do for my family. and just the fantastic moment when you find out that he has been asking me to pay for V-Bucks on his Fortnite account.
I mean,
and I've not been delivering like a bad father. Like a bad druid. I've not been giving him no V-Bucks, no skins. The only skins he gets are the discarded skins from KFC Family Bucket that I don't let him eat.
Okay.
Daddy Druid can't eat this chicken.
God damn it. We have another question that has popped into chat, and this one I think is interesting. Would you take a deal where you press a button and get $10,000, but every time you press the button, you lose a random bone in your body? Would you do it? And how many times would you press the button?
I mean, I've pretty much broke every bone in my body anyway, so...
Yeah.
Right?
Dr. Agon has plastic knees.
Yeah, I do.
So,
probably, yeah.
I mean,
I'd probably end up in less pain. So.
How many times would you press it, though?
Twice. yeah, twice. I'd press it
to both of my knees, why not?
Yeah. One for each knee. I abscond from the question. The reason being, it sounds like an ad for Cialis that I got in my fucking junk email inbox.
I mean, I would press the button probably 4 times. Reason being, I don't need, like, there's certain bones that I just I don't care. I don't take away a couple of my fingers. That's fine. I don't care. Sure, I'll walk with a limp. It's fine. But then I could pay off 100% of any of the debt that I have accrued in my life, like student loans and shit. And then I could just be fucking skating on by. And maybe I could also get some new knees and some new hips.
Yeah, watch out. Dance floors along the Midwest, watch out. Because we're regrowing those hips out there. They don't fucking lie.
Bruh, like, so my chiropractor told me 2 weeks before my 30th birthday, oh, I wanted to show you your x-rays. And I was like, oh, bet. Cool. Let's take a look at those. And he goes, the arthritis in your lower back has stopped progressing. And I was like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that I had arthritis in my lower back before I was 30?
If it makes you feel like I'm dribbled with arthritis and I'm not even 30 yet, so...
Like, it was just, like... him putting the words to it, I was like, ew, God damn it. Why did you have to say that to me right now? God damn it. And
you'll not be able to game again, Ginger. And you're like, oh no. And he's like, oh, stop hugging that controller, Ginger. I'm a chiropractor. And you're like, well, chiropractor just sounds like a fucking background character from Jurassic Park that died in the meteor shower.
I mean,
the Velociraptor chiropractor.
Here's the thing. Then I would have to become a hot tub streamer. Nobody wants that. So...
yeah. Yeah, well, we need a higher charity donation to get us in the hot tub.
At 100%, that needs to be...
Oh, Dr. Agan has one in his back garden.
Yeah.
So maybe, you know, if you subscribe to more than one tier on our Patreon, maybe we'll stream live from Dr. Agan's hot tub. And just pretend he doesn't have a child in the house.
I mean, it's fine. We've got another question. So that question came from Real Andy DeSeal. He gave another one that I really like. Top 3 bucket list items.
Oh, wow! That's a tough one because it could be anything,
right?
For me, bucket list. Well, I'll let you start, Ginger, on this one.
I think one of a bucket list item for me, which is potentially a possibility in this next year, within this next year, which is fucking insane to me. And that's going to Ireland.
Oh yeah.
Because I have cousins that still live in Ireland. My mom has been in contact with them, like going there. My mom wanted to take me before I was 30. And I'm fucking... obviously that didn't happen. But that's one of them. Is going to Ireland and seeing just...
oh, well, you won't fuck about in Dublin. That's absolutely amazing. Absolutely delish.
I'm trying to think. I would like to own a home. Like my bucket list is not super crazy. Like it's not like skydiving and it's not like scuba, you know, swimming with the sharks and petting dolphins. That's not the kind of shit that I fucking want to do. I want to own a home and I want to raise $1 million for charity in total. I think
Wow.
those are kind of bucket list items for me, I think.
Dr. Agan.
I'd like to go back to Kauai.
Go back where?
Kauai.
Oh.
What?
Yeah. So it's a Hawaiian island. I've been there twice, and I'd love to go back there again.
That's
it's
it.
a tough one, really.
That's the list.
It is.
It's
Like,
a tough one.
No, I can't really think of anything else, if I'm honest.
Yeah, sorry. So Dr. Agan's second one would be able to answer the question.
Yeah.
well, because you have a kid, and it sounds like you are on your way to marriage.
Yeah.
Okay, that context clues led me there, but I was also just like, maybe they're not engaged, and now I'm putting shit on the table that wasn't on the table.
Yeah.
We are engaged.
Okay. So, I mean, like, things that our generation, like, things that are big deals, like, here in the United States, being a millennial and owning a house is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it's something I never thought would be, like, a bucket list item for me, but owning a home is, like, a big fucking deal over here. Getting married and having kids, maybe not so much, but...
Yeah, fuck you, Dr. Agan.
I mean, my divorce we're hoping to have finalized in the next 2 months.
Oh, congratulations.
So, I mean, we're still best friends, but...
This girl is on the market, everybody.
That's... I mean...
No strings attached, but please solicit those dick pics.
No. Consent, number one rule. But yeah, I mean, I get it. You've already ticked off the 2 of the top 3 things that are on a millennial's, like, wish list in their life.
Yeah, I mean, like, I have done a lot in my life, to be fair. I've been lucky that I have been able to do a lot, so...
Yeah.
I'm also lucky enough that I own my own house as well, so...
Well, fuck you then. Get the fuck out of my house.
Wow.
So...
Humble brag.
Right? But...
Fucking hell.
I mean, but that's fair. That tells me that you're living a very, hopefully, fulfilled life. That you're not like, I need to go experience, this adventure, that adventure, to fucking feel like you're living a certain life or living a certain way.
Yeah, I get that.
So I can dig it. You can still give bucket list items 2 and 3. Druid, you got some?
Okay. Oh shit. All right. So my first bucket list item is to get Uma involved in.
Oh my god.
So Kill Bill 3, I've actually read a really awesome
real bucket list, you shit.
Yo, for my bucket list, first item's a spade.
I didn't even fully understand what you said.
Oh, I just said a spade. Just
Oh.
bucket and spade. No, bucket list. This is really, like, frazzling my brain. Like, this is why I got everyone else to answer the question before me. In the hope that I would have, like, a witty answer for you. I really don't. So, yeah, I guess a home would be on the top of my list as well. And then further to that, I would really like to get saxophone lessons.
Interesting.
I have a saxophone. I've owned a saxophone for about 7 years and can't play it. So I would like to be able to play on my bucket list. I would like to be able to play Baker Street on saxophone. You know that song of
Oh yeah.
yeah. Either that or Careless Whisper by
Am I getting whammed?
Wham. Yeah. I would like to be able to play that on the saxophone. That would be pretty fucking awesome. But if anyone is giving amateur saxophone lessons for a low cost, you can get a Patreon tier in return for your candor and your time. Aside from that, I'm a man of simple tastes. I mean, I believe that everybody around the globe wants the same thing, despite race, color, or creed, or cultural background. And I think that's a hot meal and a day without conflict in their life.
Yeah.
So if I can just carry on with that as a principle and undertake absolutely no conflict and some beans that have been on a boiling pot for some 40 minutes, then that would be great.
I like that. I mean, because here's the thing. I could have put crazy things on my bucket list, but I don't like. I want to put things on my bucket list that might be a reality.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Because like, if you can't, then why are you even making the list in the first place? I would like to have 1 million subscribers on TikTok. I don't even have a TikTok.
Right. That's people.
I want $1 million, $1 million V-bucks.
It's the people who are just like, I want to be famous for something. Do you want to be famous for being a serial killer, or do you want to be famous for doing some really cool thing? Like, what is it you're trying to be famous for? Do you want to meet the celebrity? Buy their time. Like, there's like, it's just be a little bit practical, and you realize, you can have some far-fetched fucking dreams and hopes. Like, $1 million for charity. If we think about it, in the last year, we did $25,000 for charity. Like, not every year is going to be that good, but it potentially could be.
Yeah.
Like, if I was able to raise that 7 figures in my lifetime, that tells me that I've been able to make a good fucking difference.
Yeah, for sure. Bucket list, man. Bucket list. Need to come up with another item for my bucket list. I would be in the band for a day.
Be in the band what?
ABBA.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Knowing me, knowing you. There's nothing more that you can do. Knowing me, knowing you. This time we're through. You know it's true. Breaking up is never easy.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get DMCA'd. All right. I'm gonna get DMCA'd. But
yeah. I would be not Benny, not Bjorn. I would be Agnetha Falskog in her prime with that ass, man. Do you know what I mean? I would have an ass that would just like stand up for itself.
I thought about being in, a band that toured, but fuck, I have a hard enough time speaking to a group. Like, I can look at the viewers in chat, and it has been over 1,000 people before, and I'm just like, sup? You put those
Yeah.
1,000 people in a room in front of me, and I'm like, hey, okay, I'm going to go
Yeah.
drink until I throw up, and then I'm going to drink some more. Bye, guys. You're not going to see me later. Like, no.
That was actually the problem with ABBA.
It's, I just, like, being in a band, I love to play music, absolutely. But do I think I have the fucking cojones to be in a band that actually plays music in front of people? Fuck no. For me, music is just a different beast than what this is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but there are similarities in there, and that similarity is essentially community. When you hit the right notes, being in a band, and you become part of a musical community, it is very like this. And I think that like that was part of the catalyst of me understanding this whole thing was
right.
just understanding, oh well, it's like being in a band, where if you make your voice heard in the right ways, then you can do something for that community and you can help build it up. And it's the same thing. The only thing with being in a band, and I've got a very unique perspective on this
Mhm.
because of where music took me ultimately. Dr. Agon's got a lot of musical experience as well. He plays drums, but I think we differ in that there was one point in my musical life where I was told how to stand and act, and if I didn't succumb to those things, I couldn't have uh, got a place in that world. In
Mm.
that there were like magazine interviews and stuff going on where we would like a photo of your band, and we would send the photo, and it's like, can you please send us a photo where you're not smiling?
Yeah.
And it's funny, it's just like you get to a point where you have a choice, right, in music,
Mhm.
where you either please the people that kind of masquerade as movers and shakers in that scene, or you follow your gut and never succumb to the movers and shakers, because the moment you do, you don't enjoy it anymore.
Well, it's so funny you say that because we joke so much about like promo codes and sponsorships from like Raid Shadow Legends and shit like that. But I get at least one offer from a game like Raid Shadow Legends once a month. The money is never
Yeah.
good enough for me
Yeah.
to consider coming to my community and pandering to them and say, hey, I need you to download this game, play it to level
Hmm.
10, uninstall it. I don't give a fuck. Get addicted. I don't give a fuck. Do you, but I need you to do this for me so I can make money. Fuck that. Like, it's, I have too many ethics. Like, my ethical core is so steadfast in that
Mm.
if it's
Mm.
not something I don't believe in, I'm not fucking shilling it to my community. I'm not shilling it to people who
Yeah.
will listen to what I have to say and actually take it seriously and consider it. I mean, y'all shouldn't take everything that I say completely serious, but a lot of things,
Oh.
yes. But that's the thing. Like, I won't take a sponsorship from a company that I don't believe in and trust.
Yeah.
We gave away Cosmic Wings codes, and I wouldn't have given away those Cosmic Wings codes if I thought Cosmic Wings were dog shit. If I didn't like them, if, you know, even that, things that I don't even make money from, I don't have any financial stake in it. If it was I've gotten DMs recently from people that are scams. They're trying to scam me and scam, by extent, scam my community. And I'm like, no. It's so simple for me to go, no, I'm not making a quick buck off people that genuinely support me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is why it's good that you are running the show and not me, because I will take your money. I will take it. If you want to give me money, if you can hear the sound of my voice and you want to give me money, that is fine with me. I will dance to your merry tune. Give me the fucking money, man. Give me the money. I will sell out right now, here and there. But here's the main difference with streaming and music is with streaming you have the agency to make money your own way from the get-go. With
Right.
music, if you're starting out, nobody pays you, they just act like they're doing you a favor.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing.
Right.
Yeah. So like straight away, you know, your first like gigs that you play straight out of the box, you know, there's some like
You're the ones that are out of pocket.
yeah,
really.
you're
Right.
out of pocket. You've got some 18-year-old kid who's putting the gig on because he wants to get laid,
Right.
and he's like, well, it's cost us $50 to get here, and he goes, well, you got the exposure.
That's so watching my brother be in bands in my preteen and early teen years, watching him be in bands that actually were doing things like opening for Kitty and Mushroom Head and like bands that actually carried some fucking weight and some relevance. Like, and then watching the guys shill these tickets to the show to people who aren't even gonna fucking go. Like,
Yeah.
watching him do that, I knew that I didn't want to be like that. Yeah, we have a Patreon, subtle plug, but it's just to help
Give us
recoup the
your money.
costs. We're trying to recoup the costs and maybe make a little bit of something for ourselves. We're not like it. If y'all support enough that we're, you know, raking in tons of money, cool. But it's not like it really, my goal is to recoup the costs. All of these things that I do, streaming, all of it, recoup the costs of what it takes for me to put on a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Because if we look at the money I spent when I was doing stand-up regularly versus the amount of money that I made, I can tell you I made less than $500 doing stand-up comedy over the course of 2 years.
Yeah, well, we've got this whole philosophical discussion now where, like, we're reevaluating the worth of content, and I hope that discussion just goes in the right way for the creators. I think at the moment, the current state of crypto and NFTs works against the artist.
Dude,
Yeah.
NFTs. Fuck
um,
NFTs.
the whole system of NFTs is a microcosm for the housing market crash. In the housing market crash, they sold properties to people to landlords that weren't able to sell the property, and thus the price went up without buyers. And NFTs is a buyer's market without the necessary buyers. And I just hope that in this conversation that we're having right now, societally, where we're reassessing what content is worth, that the creator comes out on top in a way that NFTs aren't allowing at the moment, because you get artists buying in to the concept of NFTs and actually losing out in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, there was a huge leak. So I've got some buddies that I went to high school with who have actually toured Scotland, Ireland, and England. And they do sort of like kind of flogging Molly-ish. They bounce between some of the more Irishy stuff into some of the folk tunes and some of that kind of stuff and shanties and stuff. But good dudes, good music, like fine. Well, I'm in their Discord server and they posted that all of their music is being sold as NFTs, and they are a very small band who most of the guys still work a day job. The band does not pay their bills, and someone is selling their music as NFTs, all of Spotify. So I'm assuming that's why I put out a tweet that said, "Hey, if you see it, someone is selling an NFT of our podcast, don't waste your money."
Yeah. If you're selling an NFT of our podcast, please know I have a very specific set of skills, and if you're out there, I will find you. I will gut you like a fish.
Like,
but you know, I think we're a whiles off that. But if someone's selling an NFT off of our shit, good luck to you.
Right. Well, see, here's the thing. We were on the list of people whose content was being sold as an NFT. The site is now gone. All the NFTs are taken down, all that stuff. But it needed to be reiterated that if you want to support us monetarily, it will come directly from you or I that we're doing something like that. We're selling merch. We have a website and we have the Patreon. Otherwise, there are ways to send money to the podcast, but really the ways that we're wanting to do it, we want to give you something in return.
Yeah. And you know, it takes a minute of our time for the hours that you give us as viewers and listeners. So, you know, long story short, give us your fucking money.
So, the Patreon, which I have to change that command, guys. That Patreon command that just got added in chat, please disregard that. I'll explain to the mods later. If you guys click on the Linktree link that keeps popping up in a chat and is on the website, if you click on the Linktree, the website is on there where you can get kind of a little... the website, I'm actually pretty proud of it because I built it all on my own. I did all of the graphics for it and everything. I kept sending it to Druid and he's just like, I dig it. I love it. And now I'm just like...
Yeah. No, genuinely love it. Please click on the link on your web zone, wherever that is. And you know, we're here for you.
Yeah, I'm very proud of what this is. And even if we don't, if we make enough that we break even on our yearly cost, I am okay with that. I'm not doing this to make money. I'm doing this to do what I apparently do, and that's entertain folks.
Yeah.
And I'm here to do whatever the fuck it is I do in that story, because I can't work it out.
I mean, you do some of the most important part, and that's the editing of the actual podcast.
You know, yeah.
Because that's fucking huge. Because you know that I've started uploading to YouTube, and you know that I'm using a lot of my same stream setup. Am I mastering my audio? Fuck no. Am I like, I can, if I have minimal cuts I have to do, I can poop out a YouTube video in about 45 minutes. Like,
I'll say nothing on that.
You're welcome. I use those terms on purpose because I'm fucking trash mammal. But that's the thing is, I can get out a YouTube video. The amount of time it takes me to record a video is about the amount of time it takes me to edit it without rendering. But if I want to start doing crazy cuts and transitions and doing some crazy stuff, that's where I'm like, help, someone, please, who knows this stuff, help, please. I don't master my audio. It's just the sound that everybody fucking is used to hearing on stream. So it's just, you do very valuable things that I can't fucking do.
Well, I mean, what are you going to do? Mastering audio.
Not fucking do it is what I'm going to do. Leave it to the man who actually can.
I do it well as well, I might add.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Thank
well,
you,
fuck. Are you looking? Sounds like someone is looking for a little bit
sounds
of
like
a job
Dr.
there.
Hagen, he's getting very big for his boots, and he's trying to start his own podcast now.
I ain't got time for that shit.
That's right. He's got a 2-year-old. Fuck.
Yeah. Little Hagen.
Yeah.
Little baby Hagen.
Yeah, Lil Hagen. Look out for his mixtape next year.
Well, I think it is probably a good time to end it here.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah.
But I want to thank everybody who's watching right now, because this was a live recording. I want to thank everybody who's listened before to season 1, to people who are listening right now. Like everybody who's supported, like it means the world, because that means we get to keep doing this, and I fucking appreciate it. People who supported the Patreon, people who are continuing to support, it means the world. You guys are fucking wonderful. I want to see this button, because we've got another. So I guess I should read out our 2 patrons' names. I want to sincerely thank Red the Abnormal and ADD Toaster for being patrons and helping to support this. Support this podcast and support this venture, and you guys are amazing and wonderful folks. Druid, thank you for dealing with me and my insanity of like, hey, so when is this, and what can you get me that, and hey, I need this. I thank you.
Well, thank you, because I was literally I literally had to spew before this, so.
and thank you, Dr. Hagen, for being here
again.
Yeah, being here on the first episode of the podcast. Listen for him to be in one of the episodes that's coming out here in the near future. For those of you who are listening to this live, this episode of the podcast will be uploaded and live. Hold on, let me get the right date. I can give you a fucking date. Hold on. Are we uploading the first episode of the podcast on Valentine's Day? First episode of season 2?
It would seem that way.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, so anyone that's single currently, then you know what you're doing. You're masturbating furiously by yourself and listening to this podcast. And if you can hear the sound of my voice and you're doing such an act right now, let's say just take a look at yourself. It's okay.
Listen, it's fine. But no, I thank you guys. I didn't think that we would be here doing this. So I fucking appreciate everybody who's listening. everybody who's listened and supported. Thank you to our patrons, because holy fuck. Keep an eye out on all of the links. There will be merch. The merch will be hopefully dropping when this airs, or when this gets uploaded to your podcast platform of choice. I should have that all set up and those links active by then. But thank you guys so much. And let's fucking kick ass in season 2.
Here we go.
All right. Well, with that, everybody, thank you so much. And bye, podcast friends.